possibly I'll lose count.
Yeah.
I'll lose track of what I'm doing. Like I'll still, like, if I wander, then I'll have to come back to it. But it makes it almost easier to find my way back because I know I have to go back to this count.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sound check.
Check, check. Check, check.
Raise your left hand.
Check, check. Check, check.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. No, you know who signed up yesterday in person? Tasha, the girl with the white dog that you talked to, she was from the town I grew up in. Yeah. Or, please.
No, it's not a sound.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Her cousin's Natasha.
Okay, that's who you know. Okay.
Yeah. But Rachel signed up. She said she was gonna be here. But,
Also, too, like, so I asked that guy, so let me ask you a question. What do you think would be the best day to do meditation?
yeah.
He was like, well, I think Tuesday would be good. Well, you know, like, he's saying Tuesday, because he was saying Monday at hard, because weekend, that type of thing. Because Monday's a little hard for him to get there. So I did ask people, like, what do you
Yeah.
think? And I think it's good to get some feedback on what would be, you know, like, I'll get Friday would be horrible, because
Yeah.
we get ready to do whatever
Yeah,
Friday. Yeah, and then go out and then.
yourself up for meditation.
Yeah, exactly. So, and just to see what works best for people in terms of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And someone else is giving me a compliment on too. I'm just happy the fact that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Someone else, I can't remember what they were saying, but yeah, it was really cool. It was really good sign. I'm gonna call.
Okay.
make sure the phones are on silent. Okay. Okay, great. All right, let's start with a bow. You can bring your hands to heart center or leave them on your lap. Close your eyes and take a moment to arrive. And to just set the space for the practice today to honor where we are and our time together. And bow your head in. And come up. Thank you so much for being here at Commune on May 12th, 2025. This is the last class of the 4-week meditation series called Let's Sit. And tonight's class is about appropriate attention. Appropriate attention. This is actually a Buddhist term. It goes all the way back to Buddha's teachings on meditation. And the phrase itself pretty much speaks for itself. Appropriate attention. You can apply that to first-year meditation practice. So when you go to practice and meditate, you are giving your attention on the appropriate things. So if you go and meditate and want to focus on your breath, then you focus on your breath. And that's the appropriate attention for your practice. And as our mind starts to wander, as it does, and drift off onto different thoughts and feelings and emotion, you can check in with yourself and say, is it appropriate that I'm thinking of this? Is it appropriate I'm starting to make plans for tomorrow in my mind when I've carved out this time to sit still and be present? Is it appropriate that I'm thinking of the past right now? I'm thinking about what someone said. And as soon as you recognize that, you can train your mind to start to label your thought patterns. So you're giving yourself this leg of training during your meditation where you can guide your thoughts to label them. Is it appropriate? Is it not appropriate? And it's not in a way that's supposed to be very tight or very loose. It's just acknowledging the patterns of your thought. It's giving yourself the right attention to a certain situation so that when you're off the cushion, when you're not meditating and not taking the time to sit and focus on one thing or contemplate something specific, that you can apply that to your mind in your daily life. When you're waiting for the train, when you're in a conversation with someone, when you're at work and focusing on a task. And hopefully in this way, it'll cultivate clarity and presence and even wisdom. It's like clearing out the thoughts in your mind, sweeping these thoughts away gently. It can also be called skillful awareness as well. So having a skillful attitude towards your thoughts, having that acknowledgement of what is appropriate in your mind at the time. And it might seem like, a pretty obvious thing to some people. However, when you really start to settle your body physically, what comes up in your mind is There's no cap to what can come up in your mind. And also, as you meditate and find stillness, you physically start to feel things as well. You know, it's not just your mind that's having thoughts, it's your body that's reacting to the stillness and starting to illuminate pains or discomfort. And you can use your mind's discernment of saying, is this an appropriate thing to fixate on right now? I have an itch on my leg. Is it an appropriate thing to scratch it, or can I remain still and see if the itch goes away naturally or the pain goes away naturally without having to always move or react to something? And there are qualities as well with appropriate attention. You can become balanced. So you're not overly fixated on something. You're not obsessed over something. Your mind's not giving something its full attention. We are also learning to not be overly detached or neglectful. Can become wise, discerning what is wholesome or unwholesome, helpful or unhelpful. Can become present, so you're anchored in the here and now. You're not lost in rumination over the past or projection of the future. Can become kind, learning to direct your life with compassion and not judgment or aversion. And there's also a quality of being purposeful, aware of why we are attending to certain thoughts. What is the intention of our focus? For this guided meditation, I'll guide you through appropriate attention, inviting you to be aware of where your attention goes naturally. You can settle into a comfortable seat for you, making sure that your spine is long and the crown of the head extends up to the sky. Relaxing your shoulders. And start by taking a deep breath in through your nose. And a long, slow exhale out. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or keep them open with a soft gaze towards the ground. To start, I will ring the bell. And first, focusing your mind on the sound of the bell. And seeing if you can remain focused on the sounds, remain attentive to the sounds, even through all of the other sounds happening in the room, happening outside. And drawing your awareness gently to your seat, noticing the chair cushion beneath you, and feeling the support. Feeling the parts of your body that are contacting the ground. And welcoming in this overall relaxation to your body. Even though you're sitting upright, can you find a sense of ease and relaxation, letting go of any tension in areas that don't need to feel tense, like your arms and hands, your legs, your shoulders. Noticing from your feet up to your heads, any areas in your body that might be calling out to you. Seeing if you can relax those areas. Drawing your awareness now to the very tip of your nose. And from here, focusing your minds on your breath. Noticing the air coming in and letting that out breath feel natural and effortless. Becoming aware of the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. And perhaps noticing if your breath lands in your ribs or maybe even in your belly. Noticing if your mind has attached to a sound or any sounds happening, and seeing if you can gently direct your attention back to your breath, but observing rather than judging any fixation. Can you notice if your mind has wandered? Gently turn your attention back to your breath, to this present moment, as if you were guiding someone walking on a path. Helping them to see And drawing your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in and out. Letting all of your thoughts that come up just be. Simply observing, perhaps observing the sounds or any feelings physically, and choosing to let go. Focusing back on the breath, coming back. If your mind has wandered, noticing where you're at. Maybe you've left this room completely. Then gently turning around and coming back. And saying to yourself, what is an appropriate attention right now? ask yourself questions of discernment. Is this kind? Is this helpful? Is this necessary? A lot of times our thoughts can feel like invasions. The outside worlds, our experiences off the cushion, off the time practicing, can feel like an invasion in our minds and our body. And it's important to remember that it's the thoughts of these things that are invading. It's not the actual thing that has happened or may happen. It's simply the thought of it. It's just a thought. Couple of reflection points for appropriate attention to think about as you carry on with your evening and throughout the week and in your practice are: what would appropriate attention feel like in my daily life, my daily routine? What does it mean to attend with kindness? What does it mean to attend with kindness to a thought, to a situation, to an obstacle? Where does my attention tend to go when I'm tired or anxious? Do my thoughts feel more scattered, chaotic? Do I have more of a monkey brain swinging on trees in my mind? And when have I offered someone or myself inappropriate attention? Too much, too little, or the wrong kinds? And can I have gentleness to myself for that? And what can I learn from that? I invite you to take those reflections with you after this evening and into your life, into your practice. There are no more questions. We can close out the session for tonight. We can end with a bow, just as we began. And taking a moment now to have gratitude for taking this time to practice cultivating good merit that can extend out to the world. Recognizing the positive impact of meditation and mindfulness individually and collectively in community. So thank you so much for being here and taking the time to practice. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be at peace. Get home safe, everybody.